I'll go check it out. I'll be right back.
Alright.
Who is this? Hello? Lady Syvé.
Oh, hello, Doctor.
Apologies, I was in the middle of a sparring match with Count Vatis.
Oh, that is Councillor Vathis, you mean?
Indeed, Count Vatis. He asked us whether we know the situation when it comes to Darius. He used to work at the Jelly Beans Bakery, but we haven't seen him in quite a while, so he is worried.
Right. And we have not seen Jellybean either. So there's a lot
Unfortunately.
of disappearing people in these lands.
Indeed. What brings you here? Are you browsing through my case studies?
Yes. And I wanted to talk to you a bit more.
But of course. Make yourself comfortable.
I'm not one of your patients.
Understandable. I would never treat you as one unless you asked first. Allow me to close the door first. I have a feeling this might be a conversation that requires privacy.
There are many types of doctors. I found arrogant, ones with godlike complexes, ones who don't believe in their own abilities. And then there's those who think that they are everyone's doctor. Is that you? Which type are you?
I understand that categories can be quite helpful. They help us orient ourselves in this world. And they can also be quite reductive. I'd like to think that I'm a bit more than these options. And depending on the situation, I can be all those options, or just one of them.
One. I see. Well, I wanted to talk to you about your research a bit more. I was busy yesterday. I'm
Understandable.
quite tired, so I want to get any business I have in order before I go back to my office and look over my plants and whatnot. So you were telling me your suggestion was to isolate these blood mages one by one until
Indeed.
they are cured by you.
Not by me in particular, by anyone who wishes to listen to their stories and who would be able to find what is it that ails these blood mages. I do find that they have individual quarrels, and I do think that all they require is attention and care, and someone who would be willing to give it to them. It could be anyone. Could be a family member, could be a friend who used to know them before they turned into this state. Could be a kindred spirit. And could be also
Don't
me.
you think they have enough attention, Doctor?
The attention that they are currently receiving is the one that is fueling their obsession. After all, they do want to play, they do want to wage wars, and they do want bloodshed. And that is what people are giving them. That is what people are giving them. They are playing directly into their cards. Directly into their hand. Giving them what they want, what they need. I believe that you need to deprive them of this attention first, to see their human side again. They are still humans. That is what I believe. They might burst into flames when you hit them too hard with a sword. They might turn into ash. But I think there are still some bits and pieces of humanity. I understand that this might be difficult to believe, especially after facing them on the battlefield, after seeing what they're capable of. As a doctor, you probably have your own assessment of them, and you would probably consider them to be more like animals than people. But I need to believe that they can still be saved.
You know what's very funny about that? There was a man I once knew. He was very flamboyant and flashy. I was living at Ravenmoor Village at the time. And there was a high elf I had fallen in love with, very diligent. Without him, I would still be wearing a hood hiding my face and my ears. One night, that high elf defending the village died at the hands of the Blood Mages. It took 4 people to convince me that he truly died.
It was Eldrin,
That
wasn't it?
flamboyant man. Yes, it was.
I am so sorry to hear that.
That flamboyant and flashy man, after Eldrin died, started to spoil me. He bought me a unique bug. He spoiled me with sweets. He talked to me about love. Whims, fancy. That same man, one day, when it was Ravenmoor Keep, had a red hood, came to the gate bloody during an attack, and had revealed himself to be a blood mage. He received attention and care. We had talked about his problems. He knew he had people that cared about him, and yet he still decided to try to kill us all.
You're speaking of Animeus, aren't you?
Yes. What say you to that case, Doctor?
Allow me to answer you with a question of my own. What do you think turns these blood mages from humans into these monsters? Do you think it's the exposure to some kind of foul magic? Or do you think that there are predispositions? Something that can be used to turn them, manipulate them into this state?
Do not get me wrong, Doctor. You have very fascinating writing, and there are things that I agree with. Animeus had issues. And it's clear all these other blood mages have issues. Something in them snaps or something. I don't think it's as simple as so much exposure to corruption could be, but I think it's more to it than that.
I agree. I think it is a crutch. It is something that some people cling on, believing that these people they used to know, that they used to be undercover blood mages, that somehow they got corrupted by magic. I don't think it's that easy. I think there must be more.
I think it's part of it. I think that could be... Think of it as a secure fortress, I guess? being exposed could be one of the doors to the main keep.
Agreed.
But you have to go through others before you get to the fortress, which is finally becoming a blood mage.
After all, not all blood mages are the same. The differences between them might be a result of this. But I do believe it is important to get to the bottom of this, so that we can figure out what is the way of them converting more members into their midst. And that is the only way how to prevent it.
You know, I can only say something so many times before I need to change my method. I've said many a time to people, the blood mages are among us. They smile and they nod and they agree. And yet no one does anything to try to identify who could be a blood mage. One who did has now disappeared.
That cannot be a coincidence.
Whatever. Well, I'm pretty sure whoever I'm talking about probably went mad.
I see.
Or something, I do not know. I hope they are found for the peace of their people.
I see. The fact that these blood mages are capable of such trickery, the fact that they are able to fake their humanity, that we cannot recognize them in the crowd, that actually gives me hope. I know that he will probably use this against me, but even psychopaths, the scariest ones I used to work with back in my day when I used to be a psychiatrist, you could always figure out who they were if you asked the right questions, if you just listened to them, studied their body language. You cannot fake being a human, at least not for long. But these blood mages, I don't think they are faking it. I think they are using it, using a part of themselves that never truly disappeared. They're just subduing it.
It's like an egg. You can never cure. Just kind of gnaws at you.
Indeed. The question
I
is...
suppose, Doctor. Oh, go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
You know what? I am curious. What exactly would I use against you? That you can question psychopaths? That you can be a doctor? What would I use against you?
The fact that I am still clinging on to this hope that these blood mages might be ordinary people that went through a very traumatic experience that changed them. The fact that I am not willing to openly fight against them, that could be considered a treason. The fact that I'm openly questioning the motives of the kingdom. I can only imagine that both the king, the royal court, and some of the most loyal dukedoms, those who fight daily on the front lines, would probably not consider this to be very friendly of me or very smart.
Well, there are dukedoms that embarrass the king, and he sees no problem with it, so there's that.
Exactly. And that is why I did what I did. I want to see what this kingdom is truly up to. I want to figure out if there is any kind of connection with them and the existence of this blood mage threat. The accusations that I posted, I don't actually believe in them. I just want to see the reaction. If the kingdom truly considers this war their first priority and they want to rid these lands of the blood mages in any way, shape or form, then they would never consider what I wrote on that wall to be of any importance. But if they come here, if they jail me for my treason, then we have a bigger problem to worry about. So far there was none. No guard, my findings were never removed, so that actually gives me great hope.
No, it does not give me hope at all. Because there's one big factor you're forgetting. These groups are so obsessed with these petty squabbles that they are not paying attention to something like what you wrote.
I see. That is unfortunately very much possible. The people
Now,
that are
of
even
course,
more.
what you said should. I'm actually surprised no one from the kingdom royal household has come to question you about it, because you openly question the kingdom, but they are quite busy with the war on their hands.
You might be right. Maybe a bit too busy. I feel like they should at least be
Busy with what
a little bit.
is the question?
Indeed. I feel like they are forgetting why they are fighting this war. For the safety of their people. That should be the main concern. I wish I had all the answers, Lady Syvé. But there is always more questions. More work to be done.
That is how it is when you're a doctor and paying attention.
Indeed. And I'm glad I can share my frustration with an inquisitive mind as you.
An inquisitive, tired mind, sir. Very, very tired.
Yes, this war took a great toll on all of us. Not just on those who are fighting on the battlefield, but even those ordinary people who are so tired that they rarely ever wake up.
Mm.
But we must
It's
persist.
a lot on. Do we need to persist?
Yes, because as long as there are questions, I'll never stop looking for answers.
You need to be careful, Doctor. You need to be very careful with what you're doing.
I will. As much as I can be.
You've made several critical mistakes thus far. But because no one is paying attention, you're getting away with it.
I am. But just like in sparring, if you open yourself to a hit from your enemy, if you pretend to be vulnerable, you can surprise them with a sneak attack of your own, and sometimes that is the only way how you can get an advantage.
The sad part is you don't even need to do that, Jonathan.
Depends on the fight
You
style.
and I both know it. No, you don't need to do that. But you've already come this far, haven't you?
I have. We both have.
You're lumping me in with you.
I believe that we both want the same thing. We're using different methods. But in the end, we would both benefit from the same thing.
How will you benefit?
I think we're both curious, and we want to understand. And I also think that we both want this war to stop. Preferably with as many people surviving it as possible.
Unfortunately, Doctor, I'm already planning my funeral pyre with the way things are going.
I see.
Do not be unrealistic. You and I both know it. No words, nothing.
No. Just actions. That is something I can promise. I won't stop looking for an answer, even if it costs my life. And I'll try to make sure that my patients and my friends will be kept safe from this war as much as is possible. I won't stop asking questions about the motives of the kingdom, hoping that I'm wrong. I don't know where this will lead me to. I don't even know if this success that I'm hoping for is possible. But if there is even the slightest chance to apply pressure and to get the reaction I'm looking for, something that would progress my research, that would allow others, maybe those who will succeed me, my other colleagues, to benefit from these findings, then I shall continue doing my work. Sometimes patients die, no matter how much you try. But that is the only thing you can do. Try to help them. Try treating them as best as you can. And perhaps next time when you see a similar case, you will be a bit wiser. You will try a different thing.
That's quite hopeful of you. Hopefully, these lands aren't razed to the ground before your hopes are realized.
We shall see.
Indeed, we shall. I will be more in touch. However, there's a journey I have to make fairly soon.
Don't be a stranger, Lady Syvé. You're always welcome, and you can count on me in any capacity.
I look forward to it, Doctor.
So do I.
I'll not take up any more of your time.
You never do.
I'm glad I got to see you.
I always enjoy our conversations.
As do I, Doctor. They're always eye-opening.
If If I ever see Miss Jellybean, I will let her know that you stopped by and you said hi.
She is quite missed.
That she is. If it wasn't for her, I don't know if I could still practice medicine.
She gave you quite the chance.
Indeed.
And I have nowhere to get my sweets.
Well, fortunately, I can still help you with that. What is your sweet of choice?
I like taffy and caramels.
Good choice. See what I can do. Follow me. Taffy, caramel. Do we have anything like that? Come back to the dog. She talking as always. Come on, Belle. What do you expect? Okay, what has caramel in it? I don't think we have anything that would be like that, right? But I guess we can give her 5 of each.
The cream balls, actually, if there's any.
Good choice. How about some coffee?
Oh, that's a lot.
You mentioned that you're expecting to travel quite a bit. Well, you're gonna need some supplies. Don't worry, it's on the house.
I should at least leave a tip.
In that case, I shall leave some cups of coffee for you.
Thank you.
You're most welcome.
Perhaps more people should have given you a chance.
I don't require a chance. I like fighting against the odds. I always like the underdog story.
Are you truly an underdog, Doctor?
We shall see.
Doctor? You know we've been playing a game, correct?
I do.
How do you think you are faring?
The game is not over yet.
No, I'm asking how you're doing in said game.
We will know who won in the end.
That still doesn't answer my question.
I know.
You do realize. Never mind, Doctor. I won't tip the scales just yet. You fascinate me. Just a little bit.
That's all a man can really ask for.
There's a lot more I think you're asking for, Doctor, but time will tell. Perhaps I'll delay my journey just a bit. Thank you for this conversation.
Thank you, Lady Syvé.
I appreciate the sweets.
Safe travels. was that all about? Was she just hitting on me? M9, I'm confused. I need my shipmaster. Just bang her already, what?